Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Mexo Makeover. This is just another tutorial. I decided to do one to show you how you can add just a little bit of color if you're not good at doing a lot of colored eyeshadows. This is super easy and inexpensive. So if you're interested in finding out how I did this look, then just keep on watching. So guys, I decided to go ahead and fast forward through the skincare portion of my video. As usual, I'm using the Anew Neutralized Anti-Pollution Serum by Avon, also the Avon Anew Hydra Fusion Serum, as well as the Murad Hydration Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture for Eyes. Wow, that's long. And you will see me use the Olay Regenerist Whip with Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 25 as my moisturizer. Since you guys have seen me do this several times now, I decided, like I said, to go ahead and fast forward through it. My video was over 40 minutes. I'm trying to cut it down. While I'm at it, I just want to remind you to like my video, go ahead and subscribe, and share if you like what you see. I appreciate you guys watching and enjoy the video. And I'm using the ColourPop Precision Eye Pencil, starting off with the, I think this is black brown. I can't see it right now, but I'll put it in the description box. Starting off with the black brown. And I usually use the black brown just to kind of outline my brows, just so I can have a nice defined line to follow. I try not to make them too big either, because to me, when I make my brows, this is just me, when I make them too big, they just don't look right. They look less, I mean, I know they're for the most part they are drawn in, but they look even more fake when I make them too thick. Just blending, taking the spoolie end and brushing the pencil, brushing the pencil through my brow hairs. To clean up my brows, I'm using the LA Pro Concealer in Fawn. And I'm using a Sigma slanted eye brush. This is a great brush. I've had this brush for a long time. And I'm just cleaning up, and I'm fixing the, kind of fixing the shape while I'm at it too. All right, guys, and give me a minute. I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Of course, when I decide to go ahead and stick to it and make my video, somebody needs all the help to fix their breakfast. It's all good. All right, guys, so I'm gonna squeeze this in a little bit to give it the shape I want. Now, once I put on my foundation, I am gonna go back and fix that, fix whatever needs to be fixed. So I'm not too worried about them right now. To base my eyes, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. I couldn't see it. 16-hour Camo Concealer, and I believe this is in, I'm not sure what color it is, but I'll put it down below. Oh boy, it's a shame I can't see it without my eyeglasses. All right, and I'm just gonna put that on there and blend that in with my sponge. This sponge that I have came as a set with a bigger sponge from, I believe, from Hank and Henry. And I'm just using the concealer because I find it just evens out my eye color, the skin on my lid, excuse me. I don't know what's going on with my talking this morning. I haven't had my coffee. I have it right here, but I haven't drank any of it yet. I probably need to get myself together. All right, so it's nice and blended in. And so the palette that I'm using today for my eye look is the Ace Beauty Grandiose palette. I did get this palette in a BoxyCharm, I'm sure months ago, but it's a very nice palette. I like the design of it, and I found I can use most of the colors that are in here. So to start off, I'm going to use, start off with this color right here. Number one, I'm going to try not to put my finger in it. I'm going to start off with this color right here, my crease. I'm just going to pat that in quickly. And I know I put it a little higher than my crease, but I'm gonna end up blending it up there anyway. So once I get the concentration of color that I want, I'm not gonna make it too concentrated. Then I'm just gonna blend it out. I'm making sure that I blend out around the edges as well to smooth that out a little bit. I'm gonna go back around the edge up here where the brow bone is, probably with a face powder, just to blend that out some more and to give me a little bit of a, and to set that concealer under my eyebrow. There. I'm gonna do the other. There we go. And blend until you get the amount of coverage on your eye that you want. And like I said, this look is super simple to do, just for, you know, for every day, for work, really. So I changed my mind. I think I'm going to use patchouli. That first color that I used in the palette is called cinnamon. I think I'm going to use, no, I'm going to use a face powder. And the face powder that I'm going to use to to blend up there is just my Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder in Toffee. I'm just going to take a little on this, I think this is a Moda brush, a Moda eye blending brush. And I'm just going to take it right there, right under my brow, between, right at the top of that transition color. In little circles, just to blend that out and to set that concealer. Blend around the edges just to get rid of that line of demarcation. And like I said, to highlight my brow bone just a little bit. Not too much of a highlight, but mostly just to set the concealer. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the Ace Beauty palette. And now I'm gonna use that color Patchouli. I'm gonna take another Moda brush. This is just a flat shader brush here. And I'm gonna put this color Patchouli all over my eyelid. I'm just gonna pat it in. And if I really wanted to get some good coverage with this, I would put some more concealer on, but I'm not too worried about getting a whole lot of coverage right there. I just kind of want to lighten that area up to get ready for the pop of color that I'm going to put on there. And I'm going to take it all the way up to the crease. Make sure that it's even. There you go. I'm going to go back in with my blending brush that had cinnamon. I'm not going to put any more product, but I'm just going to blend in the crease just to define my crease. Go. And so that's basically it for the eyeshadow. Now, the part that gives us our pop of color, I'm just going to use a blue eyeliner pen. This one is by Avon. It's the Avon True Color eyeliner super extend. Okay, I'm getting these names wrong. The Avon True Color Super Extend Precise Liquid Pen. And this one it's a blue color, but I'm gonna put the name of it down below. So I'm gonna try to do this so that you guys can see. I'm gonna start in the middle and just take it out to the end. Not gonna do a wing or anything like that. Just gonna do a super simple line. Now I'm gonna make the end of it a little thicker than the inside. And just take it all the way to the end. Making sure to get that whole area from the lash up a little bit. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Now it's time for the face. So for my primer today, I'm just going to use the, I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte Mattifying Primer. I use this because I find that it gives me a nice matte. Not a super dry matte, but just a nice matte. Because at this point, I don't want anything that's going to be too matte and dry. And it also, at least for me, it kind of smooths out my pores a little bit so that my pores don't show as much. And it's inexpensive. You can get it from any drugstore, Walmart, Target. And I want to say I probably didn't pay any more than $8 for it, if that. I'm going to use my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup in N8 Neutral 8. I love this foundation. It a little goes a long way, and it does a great job of covering. And for this particular one, I don't have to mix it with anything. So this is like one of the first foundations that I've been able to find that closely matches my skin color. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but it what I try to do is try to match my neck a little close because of the hyperpigmentation. My face on this side is a little darker, so I try to match try to match my neck and my chest. And so since my chest and my neck are a little lighter than the majority of my face, I end up using a foundation that's slightly lighter. So I'm gonna just blend this in. And let that set just a little bit. And I'm going to be mixing my concealers for my highlight. I have my e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer, and I believe this is Cinnamon. And then I have the Pretty Vulgar Concealer. And I can't see that color, but I'll put it in the description box below, excuse me. And I'm just gonna put, I'm actually gonna mix it on my hand. I'm only gonna use a little bit of the e.l.f. because that one is really, it's really a little too light for me, I feel like, but I wanted to use it. I don't want to just buy it and not use it. I'm going to use a little bit more of the Pretty Vulgar just to kind of tone that down some. I'm getting it all over my fingers. I keep looking at the mirror thinking that's the camera, but it's not. The camera's right here. So I'm just going to take my my little spatula here and blend that on my hand. I don't want to get my fingers all dirty. And it's still going to be pretty light, but not quite as light as it was. Then I'm going to take that same sponge that I had before, that I used on my eyes. I'm going to dip it into the concealer and just apply that under my eye. doing one at a time. I don't usually do it this way, but hey, try something different. I'm gonna go back with my foundation brush and just blend around the edges. On my chin and a little bit on my forehead. And then I have a little bit left that I'm going to take down the middle of my nose. Blot my sponge out just a little bit and then blend that in. Take that up to my forehead. Take that up to my forehead. I'm sorry. There we go. And I like this little sponge is really nice for stuff like this, for little detail work like this. I'm glad I got it. It took me a while to use it. All right. And I say all right a lot. And I'm sorry for that. All right. There I go again. Get this off my hand. Now I'm going to set that concealer in the middle of my face. I'm going to use the Fenty Pro Filter powder along with the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop yellow powder. I'm using Fenty powder in cashew. I'm just going to take some and put it in the cap. And I'm going to do the same with the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. And I find that the Fenty powder in cashew tones down the yellow powder. It gives me a nice mixture that works well under setting that and giving me a nice highlight that's not too bright. So I'm just mixing them together in the lid. And then I'm going to take this e.l.f. blush. It's actually a blush brush. Going to dip it in, pat it off, and just lightly set that. Try not to use too much because I don't want it to be super powdery. Just want to set it. I don't bake under my eyes. I used to try, but I don't know. I feel like it just is. It makes it look too dry for me. I do have combination skin, but I'm not that oily, and so I find that when I try to do that, it just ends up looking too dry. Now the place that I will bake is on my nose, where down the middle of my nose, because I want to define that area. I want that area to stand out more. I'm going to go ahead and powder my forehead right here in the middle too. I'm trying to get the sides of my nose really good too, up here where my glasses hit, because that's the area that always comes off. I'm going to take my sponge, the other side of my sponge where the concealer is not. I'm going to dip it into my powder. And I'm going to bake that area of my nose and up to my forehead. I find when I stop it, it just looks crazy. I also will sometimes bake right here on the side just to keep that area from getting too oily. And like I said, right here where my glasses hit. There we go. All right, so while that is baking, I'm gonna go ahead and do my bronzer and my highlight. So I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Contour brush. It's a brush that has slanted, not expensive, it's nice and fluffy. And I'm using my favorite, my Cover FX face palette. And I'm gonna be using the bronzer in, it just says shadow right here. And as you see, I've hit pan, so I need to replace this. I don't know if I want to though. I'm trying to see if I can find one that I like just as much as this, that's a little less expensive, because I haven't really used the other part of the palette as much as I've used this. So if I could just buy this by itself, that would be great. Okay, I'm also going to take a little bit up here on my temples. I don't usually contour or bronze around my jawline because I don't have to. I don't really have a double chin or anything like that. I know. Don't lay me out. But I don't. And so I don't usually contour that part. I'm going to take a little bit and squeeze my brush and take it down the sides of my nose, beside where I'm highlighting. Take it up into my brow. I'm also going to take the highlight in here, and this highlight is called Heavenly. It's this one right here. And I'm going to take this is a Morphe M515, I believe. I'm going to take that and highlight my face. And carry it up into my brow bone a little bit. It's almost like a nice taupey colored highlight. Like I said, I love this palette. And I do sometimes use the blush in this palette as well. Not quite as much as other blushes that I have, but it is a nice blush for brown skin. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use it today. So it's this blush, this color right here, nice deep rose color. And the name of that blush is Majestic. And just take that up. I try not to overdo it. There we go. I always kind of feel like, oh, you know, I forgot to set the rest of my face. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. And to set the rest of my face, I'm using the Black Opal Invisible Oil Blocking Powder. You know what? I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier in medium deep, my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Just going to tap a little. I'm going to be needing to replace this pretty soon. tap a little into the cap. Take my big fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics. It's just a big fluffy powder brush. I know it already has powder on it. I used it Friday, okay? Don't judge me. I said I would never say that, but I'm saying it. And I'm just going to apply that powder to the perimeter of my face. Just to set the rest of my foundation. And under my chin and on my forehead. The reason I'm kind of doing it the way I'm doing it is because I don't, like I said, I don't want to get that powdery look. I'm going to wipe off this bake here. And here. There. So almost done. Now I'm going to set my face. And to set my face, I'm going to do that before I put my mascara on. To set my face, I'm going to be using, since I can reach it, going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I have to get some more of this too. It's running low. I love this setting spray. It's really good. Gonna try not to put too much. And the only reason that I'm really setting my face with the setting spray is because I have to put my mask on when I go to church. And it just helps my makeup to stay. So let that dry. And in my next video, guys, I'm going to tell you about what happened with our car. Oh my goodness. When I tell you, it's crazy. It is crazy out in these streets in my neighborhood. People just, I don't know. I know it's been a long time since I took driver's ed, but I'm pretty sure that they still teach you not to speed down residential streets. And especially ones that don't have a lot of room. But I don't know. Maybe they don't. I'm not sure. All right. So for mascara, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. I always try to use waterproof mascara when I go to church because I just never know when God may start speaking and the tears will start flowing. And then my makeup is ruined because my mascara is running. Get these bottom lashes first. And I went on ahead and got this mascara, even though some of the reviews were saying that that they didn't like it. It flaked and all of that, but I haven't had that experience with this mascara. I really like it. And to me, it works just as well. It's just as good as the regular Better Than Sex mascara. So, and I'll clean up under there with a Q-tip. Don't worry about if you get mascara on your skin. If you let it dry and go back in with a Q-tip, you'll be able to get it off. And I'm gonna take my time a little bit with my lashes today because I'm not putting on falsies. Go. All right, so I got my mascara and everything. Like I said, I'm gonna go and get my lips and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm using the ColourPop eyeliner in I think it's an Ellery. It's the one from that Ellery did with ColourPop. I'm just gonna follow the natural line. When I use burgundy colors like this, I don't really like to, or wine colors, I don't really like to overline. On me, they tend to to travel. I'm sure that there's something I can do about that, but right now I don't have time. And so I was going to use a pinky color by ColourPop. I had used, I think this is Lion King. I had used in in the beginning clip of my video, but I have decided because this one is I don't know, this just seemed to, I think this is a satin matte, and so it doesn't set all the way, and because I'm using a mask, I don't want it all over my face, and so I'm going to use a liquid lipstick, a more neutral colored liquid lipstick, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and use this Dose of Colors, and I'll post it down below, the color of it, because I can't see it right now. Oh my gosh, guys. Ooh, don't lose your eyesight. I'm just gonna blend this in with my finger. Try not to get it all over. Just cleaning it up a little bit. And there we go. Guys, here's the official final look. I was trying to do a twist out on that day, but my hair didn't dry. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.